as we all know, Tammy Abraham has had an amazing season. I just didn't realize how good of a season it has been. Before we get into today's episode, why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. My dudes, Tammy Abraham, we've known that he's had a good season. I mean, it's been pretty clear that he has. He's been outstanding for most of the season. But I didn't know he was leading the Premier League in goals with 14, sitting second in overall average rating, and then tied for first in player of the matches. Not too shabby, my dude. We're sitting third place right now. It's close. It is a very close season this year. Chelsea, Liverpool, couple points ahead of us, and then Man United 2 points below us. I mean, it is getting really tight. About halfway through the season, I guess you could say. The January transfer window has not opened yet, so we haven't made any moves, nothing like that, nothing crazy. And I really don't think that we will make anything just super crazy. There is some players that are wanted by clubs that if they do go, we may end up making some moves. But what I wouldn't mind actually doing is like thinning out some of the squad, because our squad is really big, especially in the midfield. We've got too many players, I feel, in that situation. And just look, before we get into the games today, we're going to look at the players who are wanted by other clubs. So up first, we got Marcus Edwards. He is wanted by Arsenal. I don't see a deal happening with Marcus Edwards where he brings in the money that I would like him to for us to sell him at this point in his career. Jens Kajust, wanted on loan by a couple of clubs. I am interested in selling Jens Kajust. I do have him transfer listed. No, I don't. I don't have him I'll transfer list him at some point when the window opens up, actually. Alejandro Gomez is wanted by Arsenal. Yatsen is wanted by Crystal Palace. And then Vera is wanted by a couple clubs, I believe. Yeah, he's wanted by Dortmund and Real Madrid. And then Lille and Tottenham want him on loan. Not interested in loaning him. We're interested in doing some selling. One player that I'm interested in selling that I've seen him pop up a couple times, and I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to sell him. He's one of the players that we brought in really cheap, maybe even on a free. I'll look at that in a second. But Warren Bondo, he is wanted by a couple different clubs at this point. He's wanted by a club in China, and then Lazio's wanting him as well, and then some loanees. So we brought him in for $6 million. I mean, if we make, he's valued at 17. You know, I would say 20 mil with how much clubs is out for him right now. That would not be a very bad thing to do to get rid of him. Dominic Grief was wanted a couple of days ago. Not wanted anymore. Not really disappointed in that. Harvey Ferris, nothing. Thought we had a couple more players. Tammy Abraham, no longer wanted. That's good news. I didn't want to sell him. I mean, he's been arguably one of the best strikers in the league this year. But yeah, I really wouldn't mind thinning out the midfield and seeing with what we have, what do we want to do with that? Do we spend it on youngsters that we can potentially develop, or do stuff like we've done with Bondo where we bring somebody in for really cheap and then sell them for a profit? I kind of like doing that model, but I don't know if it's what's going to help us out the rest of the season. I really don't know where our team needs help. I mean, you could say center back, but I've debated recalling Escobar. He's 2.5-star player right now. That'd be the kind of player that I'd bring in, because I don't think there's a need for anybody to go above Tosin or Morello or even Gomez to that point. So it's a little bit of a tough go for it right now. I'm not sure what we're going to do when the transfer window opens up. I guess we'll find out when it does. I mean, if we sell like a player like Alejandro Gomez, I could bring in a top quality center back and I'd be happy. But obviously, with the level of players that we have, to bring in somebody better than him, it'd be a lot of money. It'd be a lot of money. I hadn't picked the team. Didn't do it. Going over the schedule from where we last left off. We played Liverpool in the last match. We beat Feyenoord 3-2. Aston Villa 4-0. Let's actually look at who got the goals. Tellez, Sibley, and Sarr. We played a rotated side in this match. Then we went out in Villa 4-0. Valdez getting a brace. Abraham getting a goal, and Martin getting in there as well. He's back from his injury. Leicester won on penalties in the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. Played a rotated side. As you can see, Delap had a brace, and Yassin had a goal as well. Man United, this was a tough one because our XG said that we was better, but we obviously wasn't. We lost that match 3-2. Edwards and Sarr getting in there. It was a close match. It was a fun match to watch. I just wish we could have come away with a win. But today we got Brighton and Bournemouth up. Up first, Brighton. We hadn't picked the team, so let's do that right quick. I'm guessing Liam Delap's been okay of late. We're going to leave him up there. Mane, I wouldn't mind giving. I'm going to roll that. I am going to roll that, I think. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Valdez is coming in. And a guy that I've played a good bit of late has been John Smith. He's looked good at times. He's impressed me a couple times this season. So we're going to do that. Harvey Ferris is going to come on the bench. Norman Williamson is coming off for Yassin. I wouldn't mind doing that. Wan-Bissaka, I would like to get him on the pitch as well. But for who? Maybe Berg. Wan-Bissaka's been mad at me. So I am going to give him some game time today. We got Campbell in goal, back for Wan-Bissaka, Morello, Tosin, and Aaron Martin. In the midfield, we got Janton and Smith. Right-hand side, Sarr. In the middle, we got Valdez. Left-hand side, Mane. And up top, we got Tammy Abraham. Liam Delap. You guys hadn't seen much of him this year. He has not had the best of seasons. He has came on strong a little bit of late. Started out really slow. But I think it's time we start playing him a little bit more. Hey, my boy Oscar Valdez. You go on there, young fella. He's such a good player. Like, I still think Berg is my favorite player just because of what he done for the club when he got here. Look at old Stefan in there starting American goalkeeper. Going to watch him tonight play. Sorry. But I think Berg is still probably my favorite player just because of what he done for the club when we first came up to the league. I think you can't argue with what he done for the club. You know, he never was a great player, but he was always a solid player and still is a very solid player, still around the starting 11. But I think if you look at just overall talent of what we've brought in since being at Derby County, Oscar Valdez has been I think he's the best player we've brought in. I think you could make an argument for Jan. I think the one difference between those two is Valdez has actually lived up to his talent and Jan hasn't. So Valdez is amazing. Sarr getting a goal early in the match. We go up 1-0 against Brighton, which is great news. We need all the points we can get. I know we haven't really actually talked about the goal of this save. Because it's going on what? Almost, this is 57, 58, around that point. We won the Europa League. We haven't won any domestic stuff since we've been here. So obviously, I don't think we won the Carabao Cup, have we? I don't think we have. I would like to win the domestic cups. I would. I think that would be a good thing to do for the save. I would like to win the Premier League. And then I would like for us to at least make it to the final of the Champions League. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but Liam Delap, 4th goal of the season for him. Sean Smith on the assist. Sean Smith on the assist for 2. We go up 2-0. Okay, it's 2-0, guys. First 10 minutes, great start for us. But yeah, I think what we'll end up doing is I want to win that stuff first, and then we go on. Win the league eventually. That would be awesome. And then we have one last go, after we win the league. I don't know. I don't know how I want to do the save. I want to win cups before the save ends. And don't take that as this save's about to end. That's not what this is. I know we haven't discussed the long-term goal of this save. The long-term goal of the save is to win the matches. That's it. I've enjoyed this save a lot. Last year, I literally spent probably 3/4 of the time that Football Manager 2020 was out to 2021 playing at Darby County. Like, it's probably what happened. So I wouldn't be surprised if I do the same thing again. It's just I enjoyed playing with this club. We're going to outstretch arms, pump the fist, throw the water bottle. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to say the media's been giving you a lot of credit lately. Keep it up, my dudes. We will be making some changes at you know, our 68-minute mark change. And I want to bring in some of the youngsters that we've got on the bench. Like, I think we brought Harvey Ferris along for this trip. And I think we have Yasin available as well. Wouldn't mind getting those guys out there, letting them play a little bit. The lap, do you want to chase us down? He almost finished on it. Hey, by the way, I set my corner tactics. Take a look. See Tosin down there at the near post. I played maybe like 3 or 4 matches off screen before I finally changed them. This is the last episode. Not a good look. But it was funny because like every time I'd start a match, I'd be like, oh, I got to change. Let me go. And I would do it then. It wasn't that I played those matches with the default corners. I just never would change them. Oh, look at that Valdez, man. Since we've moved him up to the number 10, his career has just, I mean, and then Sarr to get, like, I mean, I think at this point, like, if somebody ever wanted Valdez, like, to buy him from us, I don't know what it would take for me to sell him. Because as you guys know, like, with the state of the club, we've got to the where we've made a lot of money. We don't have to like necessarily sell players to buy players at this point anymore. But I am always willing to deal for the right price. If I feel it's the right price, I am willing to deal. I really don't know what the right price for Valdez would be. I don't think there is one. I don't know what happened there, but we're not going to complain that it didn't go in. Okay, so we're making the change. Mane, I need to move. I got a bottle sitting right in the way. Let's get that over there so I can actually see. It was blocking that little tab right there. Frustrated the whole team. Ooh. Get over yourselves. I was literally saying, hey, good job, guys. Like, I was just encouraging them. They're frustrated at me. Don't like it. Valdez has had a great game, but I'm going to go ahead and pull him for Ferris. The board is, and you may be wondering why I've decided automatically to start playing some of the youngsters. And that is because the board is upset with me about the lack of using the youth prospects that we have at the club. And I know what you're going to say, that Yasin and Sean Smith are not part of the youth setup. They didn't come through our youth setup. That's true. But Harvey Ferris did. So that's one reason why he's getting a lot more game time of late. And he's really impressed me. I mean, I've been impressed with him coming up through our youth rank. We've got to take a look at the end of the season on who we want to bring up next year, because that's what I want to start doing. I want to start bringing up players for who we want on the first team. And obviously that's hard until they get back from their loans, like the players that we have out. But there is some contention out there for some players that I'm looking at. I don't know. We'll do that. Masala needs some time. We just got to figure out who those kids are. Because there are some players on the team, on the youth side, that I don't think they're really great players in terms of as good as some of our guys, but I think they could definitely have a role on the side. We're going to outstretch arms. I'm very happy with the result. And the way you played. It is almost time for the Bournemouth match. I actually picked the side, so good news there. We're not going to discuss that right now, though. We want to look at some of the players that I'm not going to go into detail, but like one of the guys that I want to show you guys that I am interested in maybe giving a chance to next season. Let's sort it by position because I can actually find him. I know he can play on the right-hand side. What is your name, my dude? What is your name? Jonathan Lloyd? Are you the guy? Yes, it's this guy right here. You look, he's not great. He's definitely not great. But I think as a player that's going to be probably around 19 years old next year, He's going to be one of those guys that we could bring up, especially if we sell Bondo. Like if we sell Bondo, he can take Bondo's place. A guy that hasn't had a lot of game time, but I think bringing him up to the first team and forcing him into some matches, kind of like we have with Sean Smith, Harvey Ferris, and Yasin a little bit. Him playing in some of the cup competitions, some of the lower ranked teams in the league, I think that would be a good decision to make. But Jonathan Lloyd, I think he'll be an okay player for us. He's on loan right now at MK Dons in League One. He is playing amazing, putting out a 7.47. Obviously, he's ready for the championship, so I think a end of the bench side for us would be really good for him. He's one of the guys that I want to give a chance to. One guy that I want to see. When we got Owen, when he came in, I was so excited. Like I thought this kid was going to be so good. He may be somebody, but I like him more along the lines of as a deep lying forward. But if he could ever get up to 2 stars, like 2 stars, and you'd be on my team. But he's about to be 21, so it's going to be time to make a decision on him. If he comes up to the first team, he is at loan at, where are you at? At Huddersfield. Not sure how his seasons went. He's had 14 appearances, putting out a 6.81, so not great. Once again, one of those guys that maybe we could have at the end of our bench, just to please the board a little bit. Because at that point, I don't think Lewandowski's going to have a long-time career with us at the age of 38. He could be somebody that could come in, maybe take that role, and we need to sign another striker. We really do, but I'm honestly content just loaning in Liam Delap just because he meets some squad rules. So, but if that's the case, I would like to have somebody else that can really go. It's a really pacey guy. I mean, Owen has some pace, but he's not a very physical player. He's more of the, as I said, he's more of the deep lying forward that we want. Let's get into this match against Bournemouth. Enough talk has been done. We got Camel in goal, back four of Lucas, Morello, Tosin, and Alex Tellez. In the midfield, we got Jan and Conte. Right-hand side, we got Edwards. Making a start, Harvey Ferris. Left-hand side, Vlasic. And up top, our boy, Tammy Abraham. I'm giving Oscar Valdez a little bit of a break. He's played a lot of minutes. And Bournemouth, I think, is a mid-table side, so I think we should be able to win this match without him. I mean, I would hope so. Yeah, I think we can unsettle him. We've got a lot of scoring in this team. And just stand by him. That dude, I feel bad for him. He's almost always on the verge of getting fired over there at Leicester. Early start. Morello finding the back of the net. Tammy Abraham getting the assist. Didn't really contribute to the assist, but he did get a deflection off the goalkeeper, and it went in the back of the net after Morello touched it. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Going up early in the first 10 minutes, 1-0 now. We're making some headway with some of these matches now that we're playing some of the weaker competition. Morello getting to that ball, plays it over to Tellez. Conte with it, Ferris with it now. Vlasic. Yeah, definitely what I think we'll do when the transfer window opens up. I think Bondo is a sale. I think he is. I don't think he's really going to get much better. He's 2.5-star, 3-star potential player at this point in his career. But if we could get around 20 mil, and we brought him in for less than 7, I think. That is good moves right there. That is making money that can be further reinvested in the club. Hey, look at that. We've moved up to second place, 1 point off of top of the table, Liverpool. They do have a match in hand on us, though. Conte chases us down. Plays it over to Vlasic. Conte with it now. Playing it around a little bit. Vlasic taking the shot. Vlasic not really a goal scorer for us this year, but he has played a lot of minutes. Would have been nice for him to get one in there. Tosin. Set pieces are looking more dangerous now that I actually remember to get them set up like I'm supposed to. Harvey Ferris looking out there, putting out the 6.9 already. Happy to see it. Things you love to see. Harvey Ferris. That number 10 role for us, though, it really does. It leads to high ratings, I feel like. Harvey Ferris to Jan now. Plays it over to Conte. Ferris with it now again. Takes it into Edwards. Harvey Ferris on the assist. Marcus Edwards with his 12th goal of the season. We go up 2-0 now in the first half. Marcus Edwards celebrating out there. Don't pull a hammy, my dude. And you may be wondering why Tammy Abraham didn't play in the last match. He had the sniffles, so he was at his house. Dropped back down to third place. Chelsea has jumped all of us now, sitting top of the table. Who are they playing? Playing Brighton. They're up 1-0. They'll win that match. Lucas done a good job to win that ball. Abraham now. That's not going to be a penalty, is it? That was right on the line, so. Yeah, I'm woo, stuttering up a storm. I'm in a little bit of a situation. So I'm going to record this episode and then record the end of the season for the Journeyman after this. That will release on Tuesday, I think. And I've debated one or two things. One thing I've debated is getting these saves. At that point, the Journeyman will be called up for the next episode after I finish the season. The next episode is the transfer window. I've debated starting the transfer window for the Journeyman tonight as well, but it takes a long time. I like the transfer stuff is my favorite part about the game. Like I love trying to make money. It's the thing that I really enjoy about this game is like you can actually build up a club's finances. It's amazing. I love that, but I hadn't quite decided if I want to do that or if I want to continue the Derby this save up until the point where it will be called up for the next episode as well. Because I feel like there's some stuff we're about to do with the club in terms of selling players, and I'm excited about it, you know. So it's definitely a little bit of quandarium. So what I probably will end up doing is doing the Journeyman, just getting part of it knocked out tonight, because like I said in I think Sunday's episode of Derby County that I have to get some stuff backlogged at this point, and that's what I'm working on right now. Which after recording some tonight, I will be backlogged, so that'll be nice for my plans of next week, because I got some plans. I got to do some stuff. But I may continue trying to backlog again a little bit, because so we live like 10 hours away from my parents right now. And they plan on coming up at the end of this month for a couple of days. So I probably won't be able to record on those days. So it would be nice to stay ahead of the curb. Okay, so we're about to make a change here. Tella's had a little bit of an injury, so I want to go ahead and take him off. He has battled injuries on and off this entire season, which has really sucked for him because he's played good for us at times. Gomez, I guess, is going to be the only person we have because I don't have Aaron Martin or Lee Buchanan on the bench. Tellez is off. Conte can come off as well. Well, piss on a crap on a cracker. I ain't got nobody good to come in. I got good players. I wanted some youngsters. Warren Bondo coming in on that right-hand side. I mean, I want some of these kids to get out there. I mean, for my time at Fluminense, you guys know that I do like giving some of the young players a chance. Especially when we're up 2 goals and 15 minutes left to go. I wish I'd have brought Sean Smith onto the bench because I would have gave him the nod to come in at this point over Conte. Corner kick after corner kick. Vlasic taking another one. Can't find anybody that time. Jan runs it down. Played him on a little bit more of a defensive role in this match. And I was hoping that would get his rating up a little bit. He's put out a 6.9, so it's not been a bad match for him. I would have liked it to have been a little bit better. Tosin playing this forward, hitting the long ball, trying to find Tammy Abraham. Can't quite haul that in. And we have made all 3 of our changes, haven't we? I think we have. Hamill not having the best of matches out there. He's going to be a player that's going to have to develop as he goes along. So we brought in Gomez and we brought in Bondo. We didn't make a third change, did we? No, I didn't. We'll bring the lap in for Tammy Abraham. No. No. Stars coming in on for Vlasic. Vlasic has picked up a little bit of a knock. So we'll get him off the pitch for these last 5. Yeah, I'm good with that because he's been eating us up. 2-3 or 3-2, however you want to say. I'm happy with that match. So Alex Tellez was your best performer with an 8.0. Outstretched arms. Very nice victory. Well done. Harvey Ferris, 7.0. I'm happy with that. Well, my dudes, that was a really good episode. 2 wins out of the 2 matches that we played. And I really enjoyed seeing some of the youngsters come in there and play for us as well. Who do you think has the best overall potential out of these guys from what we've seen of them? I really like Harvey Ferris and Sean. I mean, I like all 3 of those guys between Harvey Ferris, Sean Smith, and Yasin. I think they're all good players. Going to be really good for us in the future. But if you enjoyed this episode, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. And as always, my dudes, thank you for watching.